Ngong, you see that it's a place, because you contrast with the other area next to it. You see, it was an area that was very degraded. Ngong itself, as a hill, remember, is a water tower. It supplies water to Maasais and other people around there for ages. It used to have 152 small rivers, but now it has only 12. So you can see how serious it is. But you find now the trenches that were there due to the flooding, we have treated them. They are cured, those big trenches. So you see that when we go there. And anyway, you see the contrast really with the neighboring area. This place is where we are, is Ngong.He's Corner Baridi. This place was just one brown chunk of land with many gullies, taking tons and tons of soil down. And where we are standing, there was a gully that could swallow any of us completely. And you can see we used a very simple method, and we contained the floods and the soil, and look at the trees in the gully. So this is one example of restoration of environment. So we can create a change in this country. It's not a theory. Yes, when I retired from the media, where I was for many, many years, I thought that, unlike many of our people who think that you go on now chasing money, chasing that, I said I want to leave a legacy. And the legacy, I felt, is dealing with the most challenging problem we have today. And that is environment. And that's how I decided, together with my children, we decided that they know my passion, and they wanted also me to leave a legacy. And so that's how I came and joined with Wilfred Kiboro, who has been the chairman of Nation Media Group and the chairman of Family Bank, that we start with ourselves. So if you go to Kiboro's farm, you find that he has 45 acres of trees. You see my place where in Kaga, in a 10-acre, there is a forest. And there's some other lands I have at the coast, they are all forested. And so that is to say that as Green Blue Foundation, we want to mobilize the whole population. We call it citizen-driven. As GBFA, we want also to create a kind of a plan, help counties to create mini Marshall plans. Well, the word Marshall Plan came after Second World War. They created a big Marshall Plan for the whole of Europe for restoration after the war. And it was done in only 5 years, since planning 47, starting 48, and by I think it was 51, they had done they had restored the whole of Europe. So we borrowed that concept. And Kenya as a whole, we have done, as Green Blue Foundation, we have done a Marshall Plan for the whole of Kenya. And now we are helping the counties and also countries like Zambia. I have already visited them, and they will be a catalyst to assist also all the other nations to do the same. The word of encouragement is we can do it, we the people, and we can start where we are, not that we have to travel, where we are. There are rivers that are there, and we need to plant bamboos along them or the trees, and everybody has a place that is near you where you can start. You plant this tree, you nurture it like is a baby until it becomes trees, big trees. And then that way, if all the nations in the world, the 7.5 billion people, plant trees, even one each, that is 7.6 billion trees. So together we can tilt the danger we are facing, or crisis of climate change. And so now, after you have seen that it is possible, and we have this way of recruiting people through the online system, so that we can have a big movement of people who are doing this work in Kenya. So you can just see for yourself. We decided to have a showcase because many people you find they talk in the media, they are such advocates, but they cannot show you something like this. So we wanted to, when we tell you there is a showcase, you come and see. We don't consider our work is us physically always doing. It's be a powerful catalyst that makes a lot of people do it. That's why we call it citizen driven. Every citizen has to take this responsibility. And if every citizen takes responsibility, they plant even in their plot, in their small piece of land, and together we plant in the riparian of our rivers such that we don't have soil erosion, then we are changing Kenya. And if the 50 million, because you have to plant for your children even, so that you are teaching them how to take care of creation. So we can change Kenya very, very fast. The one you see across there was planted in the birthday of President Ruto. You saw the fence that goes there across, and you can see things are starting to grow. You see, comparing with the other side. Any time, the first you protect the area, but when trees grow, they can bring their animals. At this stage, we tell them when there was time grass was like your size, your height, and we would give them an okay for them to cut grass and take it, but not to bring cows there. The askari you saw there keep on coming to check, to make sure that they don't bring the cows here. You can see now many plants growing together, grass, many other. And you can see how it is getting now together, such that within a short time, you cannot be able even to walk through. This is the last point. And it's good because you can see now other areas, even down there, how the contrast, now when you are standing, nobody can almost see you when they are far, because we have many things growing. But you are able to see across there, yeah, the contrast with where we are. I'm inviting every citizen to wake up and join us, Green Blue Foundation Africa. Because unless we as citizens, all of us act to save our motherland and our planet, there isn't much we can achieve. Secondly, I want to invite the corporates in this country. If we all have a portion where you can plant trees together with us, then that will go a long way. I'm also inviting those who are in the NGOs world, that even without the money flowing from the donors, your networks, we can join up together and make a difference. And I'm also inviting all the churches to remember that we were given a mandate, that we as stewards of the world, we were given, which God looked at and said it was good, but now we have destroyed. Probably Jesus is weeping like he wept when he looked at the future destruction of Jerusalem. So together with even other members of our other religious groups, sects, we are inviting you to make it your practice and to make it your theology to do something about this environment. Together we can make a change, a little step, a square meter at a time, and we can make a change. Stretch your hands, we join together. Let's start now.